王部长好，新加坡联合早报。请问中国和亚细安国家在南中国海行为准则的磋商上有什么新的进展？目前主要有哪些阻力？那过去1年，中国和菲律宾在南中国海的摩擦，会不会让磋商前景变得暗淡？中国要如何与亚细安国家增强互信，排除障碍，以推动南中国海行为准则尽快达成？谢谢。
联合早报。What progress have China and ASEAN countries made in the consultations on a code of conduct in the South China Sea, and what are the major obstacles? Will frictions between China and the Philippines in the South China Sea over the past year dim the prospects for consultations? And how does China plan to enhance mutual trust with ASEAN countries and remove the roadblocks in order to achieve an early conclusion of the COC?
过去1年，在中国和东盟国
Last
家
year,
的共同努力之
with
下，
joint efforts by China
南
and
海地
ASEAN
区
countries,
保持着
the
和平
South
稳
China
定，
Sea maintained
仍然
peace
是
and stability
全球航行飞越最安全
and remained
也
the
是最
safest
繁忙的
and
海域。
busiest waters for international navigation
中
and
国同印
overflight.
度尼西亚，我们就海上
China
共同
and
开发
Indonesia
签署了政府
signed
间的
an
共识文件。
intergovernmental document on
中国
maritime
同马来
joint
西亚，
development.
我们启动
China and
海
Malaysia
上问题的
launched
双
a
边对话，
bilateral dialogue
可以
on
说中
management
国
of maritime
已
issues.
经实现了
China
南海
has
当事国
established
涉海机制性对话
maritime
的全
dialogue
覆盖。
mechanisms with
实
all
践证明，
countries
没有对
concerned.
话解决不了
These are
的
proof that there is no problem that cannot be solved through
大长
dialogue
目标。
and no goals that cannot be reached
提到中国
with
同菲律
cooperation.
宾的海上摩擦问题，
You mentioned the frictions between
我
China
想
and
起不久前
Philippines.
在一个国际论坛上，有一位地区国家
At
的官员
an international forum a few weeks ago, an
他
official
说菲律
from a
宾
regional
同中
country
方的摩擦
noted
就是一出
that the Philippine
皮
moves
戏
to create frictions are like a
这个
shadow
比喻
play,
很形象，
which is a vivid
因为菲方
analogy
每次的海上行动
for every move on the
编
sea
写
by the
剧本的
Philippines.
是域外势力，
There is a screenplay
传播
written by
直播的
external forces.
是西方的媒
The
体。
show is live streamed by Western
千篇
media,
一律，就是处心积虑的
and the
抹黑
plot
中国。
is invariably
人
to
们已
smear
经没有
China.
兴趣
People
再看这
are no
出
longer interested
不断重复
in
的
watching the same performance again and
中方
again.
将继续依法维护自身的领土主权
China will continue to safeguard its territorial sovereignty
在
and
管
maritime
控
rights and
仁爱礁
interests in accordance with
黄岩
law.
岛时，
When managing the
也会根据
situation
实
at
际需
Renai
要
Jiao and Huangyan
体现
Dao,
我们的
we will
人道主义
also
精神
take into account
但
the
我要再
actual
次
conditions
讲
out
明
of
的是，
the humanitarian
侵
spirit.
权挑衅
But let me make it
必
clear
将自
that
食其果，
infringement and provocation
担当其
will
子
backfire,
最终
and
只
those
会被抛
acting as
弃
others' chess pieces are bound
实
to
现
be
南海的
discarded.
睦邻友好、长治久安，
To realize good
好信任
neighborliness, lasting peace, and security in the South China Sea,
关键
one
是
needs trust
落实好
and also
南海各方
rules.
行为宣言
The key is to implement the
制定好
Declaration
南海
on the
行为准
Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea, or
在中
DOC,
方推动下
and develop a sound
准则的磋
COC.
商进展
With China's facilitation, consultations on the
已经完成了
COC are
按
accelerating, and the third reading of the
我们对
text
达
has
成
been
准则
completed.
是充满
We have
信心
full confidence in the
中方愿意
prospect of
同东盟
concluding
国
the
家一道
COC.
加强
China
对
is
话
ready to work
排
with
除干
ASEAN
扰
countries to step
拒
up
夺化
communication, stay clear
尽早
of disturbances,
达成
and
准则
build consensus for an
将
early
南海真
conclusion
正
of the
打造成
COC,
为和
so
平
as
之
to
海
make the South China
友谊
Sea
之
a
海
sea of
合作之
peace,
海
friendship, and cooperation.
请继
Thank
续
you.
提问。